Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, and welcome to our show tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I don't know about you, but for the last few days, I have just felt like I wanted to hunker down and not do anything or go anywhere. And today felt a little bit different in the energy, and I was ready to go and start moving again and putting everything into motion that I have been putting off. And so I hope that you have found today, especially, being a little bit lighter, a little bit freer, and a little bit more optimistic. So we are on the cusp of holidays, and this year, of course, we all know it looks very different. It's very different for everybody. There's a lot going on. A lot of cities, counties, and countries are going back on lockdown, shutdown, to keep everybody safe and to try to minimize our spread of COVID. And so, a lot of people do look forward to the holidays, to be spending this time with friends and family, to gather and to be in thankfulness. And a lot of us, including myself, are kind of scratching our head and saying, what does that look like? How do we do this? Our normal family traditions, mine included, are a little bit topsy-turvy with everything going on. I know in our city of Portland, our county of Multnomah County, there are restrictions limiting people to 6 in a household, not having more than 6 people in your house, including your own family. So if you have a family of 4, that means you can only have 2 people over. So it's looking really different this year. I know that I have been blessed over the years to be able to have friends and family together at Thanksgiving and to enjoy all of those holiday traditions. And, we definitely would hit more than, 10, 15, almost sometimes we'd have 20 people with us at a time. And so that's looking very different this year. So one of the things I was thinking about is people are struggling, trying to figure out how do they connect, how do they get those traditions and keep those traditions going. And so, one of the things that you can do is right now connectivity, Zoom, Skype, any of those kind of video type forms are really important right now. So you can connect with your families during this time to meet with them via Skype or Zoom or any of those platforms and have dinner with them. Maybe have dessert. Maybe you have a great family recipe for pumpkin pie, and you are, really wanting to share that with your family, So maybe you set up a time to Zoom and you all have pie together and discuss what's going on in the day and what you've been doing, right? For those who aren't that don't have tech savvy families and can't connect with Zoom, give them a call on the phone, check in with them, see how they are doing as well. Because just picking up the phone and checking in with people is sometimes all that they need, is to know that there's somebody out there who's thinking of them and remembering special times. There's a lot of things too, traditions, sometimes family traditions. You don't know how to continue those family traditions in these very strange times. So pull out those old recipes, those family recipes that maybe you grew up with or that was handed down by generations. I know for me, our family generation and our family tradition is my grandfather's homemade eggnog. So that will definitely be on the list of things to be celebrating this year. And so what if you don't have those family traditions? This is a perfect time to start some of your own family traditions. Start something meaningful, whether that be everybody get together and play a board game, or you learn to, make a pumpkin pie. Maybe you've never had pumpkin pie, or you've never cooked a pumpkin pie. Start through tradition. Find something that you can connect with family and start your own tradition so that, you have something to look forward to every year. And then use that tradition and pass it down through the generations. It's really amazing to see some of these family traditions being passed down and how important that they can be. So I hope that whatever you do this holiday season, Thanksgiving coming up next week in the U.S., I hope that whatever it is that you guys are doing, that you bring in some merriment and some joy into your home and into your house. Because I know it could be a little bit of a bumpy ride for everybody. But the more that we can do to be joyous, celebrate, and be thankful for what we have right in front of us, the better it's going to be and the easier it's going to be to get through these tough times. So with that, we're going to head over to the phone lines, and we have Leanne in Western Australia. Good evening, Leanne, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
How are you this evening?
Yeah, I'm good today. It's just after 11 o'clock, 11:30 a.m. here.
Wow, that is, did you say a.m. or p.m.?
A.m.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. Well, happy Friday to you.
Thank you, and to you.
So what can we do for you this evening?
My husband's been out of work. He got stood down, and I was just wondering if there's anything that you could say to, find out what's going to happen.
Sure. Okay. Let me tune in to see what your loved ones have to say. And there's just going to be a couple of minutes of silence here as I do that. So I will be right back with you, okay? Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Leanne, okay. So what they're showing me is that your husband needs to kind of broaden or widen his perspective, per se, when it comes to looking for another job or employment. He's really focusing in on one area of expertise, and it's something that he knows that he does and he's passionate about, but they're showing me that he needs to kind of widen that perspective, not necessarily looking outside of his profession, but just kind of think outside of the box a little bit on what it is that he can do within the realm of his profession. what it might do is carry him outside of his profession a little bit. And they say that that's okay too. But he just needs to be open to looking for something a little bit different than what he might be trying to pursue if it was in a non-COVID world. So I'm not getting the feeling. Yeah, I'm not getting, sorry, I was tuning in again and listening to what they were saying. So I'm not getting that he's been out of work for very long. And I don't see that it's going to take him long to be able to get back into his industry. But like I said, I feel like he's pigeonholing himself into what he is looking for and what he's concentrating on. And it's during these times that you have to get creative with what you're looking for and what you're seeking.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, he's been out of work for about 6 months.
Okay.
And it's all going through legal stuff, and it's just, stressing him out.
Yes, I can completely understand that. It's very stressful, especially when there's legal involved. But I like I said, I'm seeing that he can still do something within his industry of what he is doing, but he needs to look at it from a different perspective and a little bit different way of how he would do that.
As long as there's some hope for the future, that's all we really want.
Yeah. I do see him getting something, but it could be, I feel like it could be a couple of months yet. So I know it's been hard, because he's not been working for 6 months, and believe me when I say I completely understand your situation. And so just try to encourage him and keep his spirits up, because that's what's going to be able to keep him motivated, is that you're going to be the one to be able to shine that light and keep him up. And in that perspective of it's going to be okay and you are going to find something, because you're going to find if you're kind of low and having a bad day, which believe me, and I totally get it, you're allowed that, but it's going to affect him too. So as much as you can stay positive and keep him going in a positive motion, then that's going to keep that momentum going.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Was there anything else that I could help you with this evening?
Just a general, anything coming up or anything I should know.
Sure.
Yeah, is there anything I need to know? Yeah.
So what your angels and guides are showing me is that you are, it's kind of what we were just talking about, right? You are a person that is really able to keep people balanced and in check. And you really are kind of their light, their beacon of hope, so to speak. There's a beautiful energy about you, and you care very deeply and help so many people without even knowing that you're helping people. And it's just by your presence alone. That's why I say it's really important for you to kind of help your husband through this, because you really are kind of that center, that beacon of hope for him as well as others. And you shine very bright. You're a very positive, hopeful, cheerful person, and and they want you to, your guides want you to know that it's just so beautiful and so wonderful, and to keep that up, to keep that path going. And because you're reaching out and helping so many people, so many more than you ever could imagine.
It's nice to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, just keep that positive energy flowing, they say.
Yeah, it's been a bit hard, but we'll get there.
Yes, yes, I completely understand. But you are doing such an amazing job, a lot better job than what you give yourself credit for. So you actually need to stop and realize what you're doing, and be okay with, telling yourself that you've done a good job.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just needed a bit of a spiritual kick, you know.
Yes, absolutely. You're doing a fantastic job. Just keep it up. I know it's really tough right now. Make sure that you're not taking on other people's energies, because being the healing type, the empath that you are, it would be really easy to be able to take on other people's energies. So remember that, if you're feeling kind of off for no reason at all, you may be feeling somebody else's energies, and just ask your guides and angels to release that from you.
Okay, yeah. Start walking into the bush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks so much. I do appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Next, we have Beth in Louisiana. Beth, hello, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. So what can we do for you this evening?
I just want to know where my life is going in the next few months, financially, relationship wise.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is just take a minute or two here and check in with your loved ones and see what they have to say. So there's just going to be a little moment of silence, and then I will be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Beth. So what your guides and your loved ones are showing me is, when I tune in and ask them, I kind of feel like I'm being pulled in every different direction. I feel like I'm kind of being spun around and then pulled back in different directions again. A little bit of a very unsettling feeling. So I'm being shown that this is kind of how you're feeling right now, a little maybe discombobulated, kind of, as they would say, meeting yourself, coming and going, so to speak. And just not feeling as though you're in your body, even sometimes. Just kind of feeling out of place. And so what they're saying is that you need a little bit of grounding. And so, because there's too much, there's a lot of interference, a lot of things coming in and at you, information, people, and it's getting really hard for you to decipher, and it's like you start one thing and then you go, oh wait a minute, I got to do this over here, and oh wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I was over here. It feels like it's almost like you feel, oh my gosh, I have a little bit of just discombobulation, and like a- ADD or something. I just can't stay on one task. And that's just kind of the energies that's been flowing around a little bit. And so they're showing me that when you get into that space, to take a couple minutes and just take some deep breaths, and even just take 5 minutes and close your eyes and try to think of nothing at all, and be what you would consider, like, try to be in meditation, even for 5 minutes. And really all that is just quieting your mind so that you can regroup and think again. Another really good thing to do to ground is to sit down and pretend your feet have tree roots and they're going deep down into the earth. Okay. And as they do that, they ground you to they ground you to earth, and feel that sensation of being grounded, like you cannot be pulled up. And that's going to help as well, to keep you grounded, especially if you can't get out into nature. This time of year, I know sometimes it gets really hard, but if you can get out into nature and do some walks and just kind of get into that solace, it's going to help you with that kind of discombobulated feeling that you're feeling right now. And so just doing a couple of those things is going to help you bring you back into your body, and to help you keep from being just, out of sorts and out of whack. Financially, they're showing you that you are that there's money flowing, that you are going to be fine financially. It may not feel like it right now, but they are showing me that you are taken care of, and that that money is coming in, that money is flowing. And so that feeling of being taken care of, to let that help also ground you, and keep you balanced in this everyday life. Things are going to shift and change for you in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 months, and you're going to see a little bit more ease coming in your life from every direction, from family life to work, just bringing in a little bit of lightness and a little bit of joy, feeling like you can step forward in life, maybe where you haven't been able to do that before, maybe because you feel like there's something holding you back.
Okay.
I feel like there's a job. I feel like there's a job change coming up in your future as well. I don't know if you're looking for a new job right now, but I feel like there's a shift. There's a shift in that, but it's going to be probably a couple of months out yet.
Okay.
But that too is going to bring that lightness, that freedom that you probably are not feeling right now. So that's going to lift and change when that starts to, kind of move. I feel like there's this flow right now. You feel it's like there's a little bit of a block, or you're being stopped. And that's why I feel like you can't move forward in life. But as you go through the next couple of months, that's going to start loosening up for you. And you're going to feel like you can make those steps and take those steps forward in the direction of your path that you want to go.
Good. Okay, that's great.
I feel like spring is a really big time for you. So you're going to start feeling that flow, but spring seems to be a real big renewal time for you. So anything that you've been looking towards planning, I think spring is going to be a really good time for you to kind of put all those things into motion. I think the biggest thing right now that your loved ones and your guides are showing me right now is staying grounded, because that's where you're having trouble. So if you can do some of those things, get out into nature, grounding to Mother Earth, and just taking time, 5 minutes a day, a couple of times a day, just to try to clear your mind and think of nothing. To let your mind, give your mind a break, that's really going to help you be able to move forward.
Okay.
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 Perfect. Beth, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show. So I want to say thank you so much for calling in, and I hope this has been helpful for you.
Yes, ma'am, it has. Thank you so much.
Good. Hey, have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too. You too. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, that wraps it up for us tonight. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving next week. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Feel free to reach out to me. I am opening up spaces for December for personal one-on-one readings. You can reach me over at my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. My Facebook pages, Julie YeagerWalker Medium, or Your Time to Shine. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Stay safe and take care.